And I'm gonna cheer myself up by showing you some new shoes I bought. He just assumes I've already had them. This is not what I ordered. Good morning, friends, or should I say afternoon. It is Monday afternoon. I always like to start my Mondays off with getting a little bit of coffee from Quick Trip. I usually get the Karuba Gold iced coffee. It's pretty good, fairly cheap, pretty comparable to McDonald's, but I usually get gas on Mondays, so might as well just get my coffee there instead of going somewhere else. But I personally had a bit of a rough Monday. Our afternoon shaped up okay. I'm actually very surprised at all the kids I have that have math service times this year, that I'm having such a great time teaching math this year. All my students that need math service times, we are just thriving in this curriculum. I love connecting math concepts. It doesn't go with what the rest of the school is doing. The rest of the school does the Bridges math curriculum, and some of my kids do Bridges, and then if they do pull-up math with me, then they do connecting math concepts. Although, because I'm also the interventionist, sometimes I do math interventions with Bridges as well. So it can kind of get weird, but most of the time when I'm talking about math, I'm talking about connecting math concepts, and it's going great this year. Behavior-wise today, not so great. Math, yes, but it is 5 o'clock. Here I am, making another volleyball. Probably really impossible to tell there's volleyball in there. One of the volleyballs I was using didn't work out or something, so my friend needed another one for her volleyball team, which is all fine and dandy. I finally decided to make the final labels that go on those cups, because I figured I would use white anyways. So on this, which you can't even tell, one is Christmas and the other is Halloween. So before... So now I need to clean up the mess I made. Got some of my crafting stuff. That's from math. That's from math. Cameo's over here. Needs to go away. Ish. And then the desk. Oh no, the desk. I really want to start getting these in order and actually using them, because only like half of them have these magnets on them, but I just haven't had the time to actually put them in order of how I'm going to use them, and half the time I go out of order in the schedule anyway. So foundation schedule, I'll get to you someday. So today we also made groups for our intervention slash enrichment. So we call it CLIMB. So students in K through 2 are assigned a certain teacher they go to, and they receive an intervention or enrichment, and the intervention can be like intensive or just like a broad intervention like LLI, which is meant for 2 or 3 kids, but we do it with like 5. So it's still considered an intervention, but it's just not intensive. So if they were ever to like go the referral process for special education, it wouldn't count as an intervention. But so some kids do that, and then tomorrow we're doing the 3 through 5 planning. Personally, today's planning was really easy, and going into it, I pretty much knew what I wanted to do with my kids and other kids in the school. Like, again, there's 150 kids in our school, so I'm very aware of like the needs of the low students and like the like potential of the higher students on like where they should go. Also, my gel manicure is like coming off, and every time I play with my hair, it gets stuck. And then when I'm bored, I sit here and I peel my nail off. Yeah, great. But tomorrow is 3 through 5, and honestly, that will be much harder because there is a lot of kids, a lot of needs, and not so many of us that can give the interventions. So I'm going to spruce up my area and get my stuff together and go home. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be a super exciting, positive, no behavior kind of day, but also that I have time to check in and chat with you. I'll catch you tomorrow. Today was one of those days. So the 5th grade teacher is currently stuck in Arizona because her flight was canceled. So she wasn't supposed to have a sub today, but she had a sub today because she's still in Arizona. I think she's going to be back tomorrow though, so that's good. But then the 2nd grade teacher went to a science training. The kids knew that they had a sub, and she prepared them for it, and it still didn't go very well in the afternoon, which is really sad. I came in and I had to give a couple of write-ups to students who weren't being very nice to the sub, and that's always a bummer. If you get 2 quick slips is what we call them, then you can't go to Fun Friday, and unfortunately one of the kids I gave a write-up to, that was his 2nd, so he won't be able to participate in Fun Friday this week. So if you have 2 quick slips or you didn't finish your work, then you go to the art room and you write a reflection or you work on your work. I've been working. Busy as always. But Sometimes my computer does this thing where it just suddenly goes all green and blue and pink and random things. So yeah, like Google is literally green. Psychedelic? Like my computer wants to go to the 80s, so then literally the only thing you can do is to shut it off, which is annoying. Because I was literally in the middle of working on 2 IEPs and I was like getting in my typing groove, and then that happened. So here we are starting the computer over. I am halfway through a fairly large cup of coffee. Got my hyperactivity going on. Hyperactivity and productivity. Ball for this chair right here came, but I can't find the pump. So I have to find that. I might have left it with the janitor, and that janitor is not here currently. And then I have a mess under my desk, but what's new? Dun, dun, dun. And then just like that, the computer's fine. But if you watched my last vlog, I teased you by saying I went to Target, and then I never got around to showing you what I actually purchased at Target. Got my Ipsy bag that came like a week ago that I haven't done anything with. And then we've got my stuff from the DMV for my license plate renewal stickers that is expired in like 6 days. And I've had the stickers for weeks and I haven't put them on yet, so nothing like the present, right? But for what I actually bought, I really want to do another bulletin board out in the hallway on that super boring blank wall, but I need some festive bulletin board, of course. So we've got pumpkins, and then we've got snowflakes, big plans coming, but I have to actually buy a bulletin board, but I'm kind of being picky with the size I want for roll-ups because I get hangry. I'm going to put this above the bulletin board when I get the bulletin board up, and then I thought these were super adorable. It says, I know it's time for winter because, so a good writing activity that I could have the kids do with a sub to do a writing activity and then like color a picture or something. So I do have some subs coming up. Consider like November 1st kind of like winter, that I could do it then, or I could do it in February, but I don't particularly want to do it in February. Depends what I'm doing really when that day comes upon. And then this is just a cute thankful banner for something Thanksgiving related. I have some pretty good crafts for Thanksgiving, among other things, so I'm not really worried about Thanksgiving. It's Halloween that I'm really lacking on, and then some, like, the winter holiday stuff, which is surprising because I love Halloween, and I have a lot of Halloween decorations, but not a lot of, like, bulletin board, like, interactive material sort of thing, so that's something I'm totally working on this year. Good morning, friends. A long time no chat. It is currently Saturday, and I am thankfully feeling so much better. I think the last time I talked with you was Wednesday, and I was still like in the midst of kind of having my cold, but I was like doing okay. And then Thursday, I was really feeling pretty rotten. I had a headache and I just had like an upset stomach, but I didn't have like a fever or anything. So I came to school and really I was fine all day, except some crazy things happened. Of course, crazy. It seems like whenever I'm like busy with other things because people have like field trips or something and I'm supposed to be like going somewhere, or when I'm like not feeling well, or when there are people visiting or my principal is gone, that crazy things occur. So of course, crazy things occurred. There was an incident where we had to do a seclusion and a restraint, and so that involves so much paperwork. And so I've got a clip right here, inserting right now, that where I was making clipboards on my Cameo and just a piece of paper to document like future instances of this, because we had a person recording what was happening, but like I wish it would have been like a little bit more official instead of them just like jotting down on paper. So like if this occurs next time, I mean hopefully that it doesn't, but just in case that this does happen again, that we have a way to be like officially documenting this. So I just made a really quick document so that I can document behaviors occurring, and if like a restraint or a seclusion is needed, like what's happening and what the behavior looks like during that time. I'm gonna put them on these clipboards. Incident recording, and just put them in the 3 locations that it is most likely to occur in. 3 clipboards. I have 2 kids that it should go in their classrooms, and then 1 for like just in the office, because that's like the middle ground. So if anything's happening other places, the principal or secretary or somebody can grab it and run it to us. So we have levels on the walkie, so level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Level 1 is like the student needs a break, but they just don't want to leave the room, so somebody has to come and help them leave the room. Usually it just takes them a little bit of convincing and some chatting, and then they'll come with Level 2 is, yeah, they need a break. They really need to come out. Like, they're doing some, like, crying or violent things or, like, showing distress, but they won't come out and get a break. Level 3 is what they're doing may, like, endanger other classmates or the teacher. And level 4 is, like, get there right now. You better be running down the hallway. Like, this student needs to be, like, removed from the classroom, and it is not safe for his classmates. And so usually level 3, level 4 doesn't really happen, especially out here, because it's a school of 150 kids. But just in case, now we are ready for if it happens again. I went home that night and I was like super stressed about the situation, and I also wasn't feeling very well. So Thursday it was just like a total wash for me because I was just so busy. Friday, our 5th graders went on a field trip, and I have 4 students that are 5th graders. So in theory, it should have been an easy day for me because I should have had some like blank spaces of time where I could have gotten things done. But no, that didn't happen. I also wasn't feeling very well still. So on Friday, like, I went home right when I could, like 3:30, and I went home and I took a nap before I had to go to work at Walmart. I thought about calling in, but I was like, I'm not like puking or anything. Like, I could still function, and like, it's not like it's hard to fold clothes or answer the phone. So I went. I was kind of miserable, but I got that money. And here we are, Saturday, where I'm feeling great. I am ready to get everything done that I should have gotten done on Thursday and Friday. And I'm going to cheer myself up by showing you some new shoes I bought. I sent this box to my parents' house, and then I brought it here to open, not only because I wanted to show you, but also then I can leave the boxes here. Because my boyfriend, you know, he's not very observant. If he sees a box come, then he knows I got new shoes. But, like, if I'm just wearing these, he's not going to have any idea that they're new because I have so many pairs of shoes as is. And, yeah, he's just kind of used to it. So as long as he doesn't see the box, he's not like, oh, another pair of shoes. He just assumes I've already had them. This is not what I ordered. Are you kidding me? This is a woman's size 8. That is not my unicorn shoes. Oh, man, I'm so mad. And this is a 10.5 men's. What the heck? This is not my order. I should have gotten unicorn and school supplies. And I got men's black and a woman's 8.5 pink. Video over. Now I have to call customer service. Crap on a stick. So super frustrating. They're not open on the weekends, so I have to wait till Monday to talk to someone. Yay, how great. In other news, a cool social studies project that our 3rd graders are working on currently is they are making globes with the continents and the oceans, and they're putting them on a balloon. And so it's just a little paper that looks like this that tells them the directions, and they put their stuff on. So here's a video of that. The only downfall is like they get glue literally everywhere. And some students get really frustrated because it's hard to put the continent in the right spot on the balloon to make sure it's not like upside down or it's not like over the prime meridian, or some people couldn't figure out how Europe and Asia would connect, and so they were putting them upside down, and so that was hard for some students. So like I personally was holding a lot of balloons, so I had glue literally everywhere. But it's a super cool project and I loved it. You know, I've never actually returned a product before. Like, usually if I get the wrong thing on Amazon, like this ball chair, I ordered a green ball for it because I thought it would fit and it was too small. And then I ordered this and it was too big. So I deflated the ball a little bit, and so you can still like sit on it and it works. And that might be even better actually, because the current other ball chair I have, a student can take it out and he likes to dribble it, and that drives me crazy. So this one's kind of flat, so you really can't dribble it. So maybe that'll work in my favor. I'm going to clean up my room a little bit because it looks like a disaster from where I left it on Friday, and I'll check back with you guys. Also, that's something I did yesterday really quick, is this is just a little bubble kind of decorative wrap that you can put on the window. And so when my kids are over here, a lot of them like look towards the window and are super distracted. So now they can't see the little squirrels and stuff running about. And it makes my little library area super cute. It's like definitely my favorite corner of my classroom. I'm still so mad about that. I have this really cute special ed teacher unicorn shirt that I wanted to wear this week. I don't think I've worn it. I haven't worn it this year yet, but it says like a normal, like a regular teacher, but more magical, and it has a unicorn with a little crown. And it'll look so cute with my unicorn shoes I ordered from Tom's, but they didn't come. Ah! Also, something that's really annoying is I bought the Sparkle Words game with my Scholastic points. If you watched my Scholastic's book haul, and I didn't actually show you what they looked like, but I used them with 2 girls this week, and imagine my disappointment when I opened them up, and they're not sparkly. They're just sight words with princesses on the back, and they don't even change the princesses. It's literally the same group of princesses. Disappointing. Happy I didn't pay $10 for it, like what this says, that it's worth $9.99. Disappointing. But happier news, I have some new books I wanted to share with you. This is called Science Comics Solar Systems, Our Place in Space. I bought this book myself. I have a student right now that is obsessed with the planets, and he always has better behaviors when he knows I have good books for him, and so I'll make it a reward. If you get 4 thumbs up on your paper and MAPE, so music, art, Fayed, I'll let you borrow my new book. It's actually like a graphic novel of comics of space, and it's like educational, it's cool. The characters are like a dog and a cat. I like briefly skimmed through it. I didn't read the whole thing, but the reviews online are really good. And then all of these books, including 2 Pete the Cat books that have already left my room and are in the hands of a student who only reads Pete the Cat books. Dear Lydia purchased all these books for me. She's a librarian who really values literacy, and she's helping me put more literacy in the arms of my students. And so this book is Unicorn Wings. My younger girls and I both love unicorns. Kindness counts. I have a lot of Berenstain Bears books in my room. A couple kindergartners that really like them. Who was Rosa Parks? Much like the Who Would Win series, the same group of boys really like the Who Was, Where Is kind of books, and they're a pretty good read, and they have like interesting pictures and like maps and models. I Lost My Tooth by Mo Williams. If you watch my Scholastic haul, you'll notice that Mo Williams is one of the authors my school uses for 4th graders when they're doing their author study, and this is actually like a new series kind of for Mo Williams. And it's kind of graphic novel-ish, but still very Mo Williams style. And then 100 questions about outer space and all the answers to, again, from my student who loves outer space and always has better behaviors for me when he knows I have a new book that he can read if he gets his 4 thumbs up in me. Something else that I'm doing with my students, this is called News to You, or N2Y, and it's a very like pictorial model of reading current events. So there's a new Harry Potter game coming out, so Harry Potter Wizards Unite is a fun game. So several of my students do this quite often. So like they see the equal sign and they know what it is. They see this where the person is pointing to the clock and they know that that says now. And some of these, like this is a recipe for Potter Pumpkin Smoothie. So if I ever had time on my hands, I would do something like this. But I never have time on my hands to be doing fun lessons like cooking. Nor does our school have like any sort of cooking area for students. We just have the teacher's lounge and we don't have a blender. But it'll show you like the pictures, the exact amounts, like blend until smooth, refrigerate 1 hour. So it has all the pictures that go with everything that you would need. There's a joke page. I have a joke. Tell me. And then that has a review page as well that goes with the story. It's out of order because I had someone using it. Where is... Yeah, so like wizards and witches can do magic, and so students that have gone through this program a lot, like they every time they come to wizards in a story, it'll always be that picture. Every time they come to pretend, it'll always be that picture. So for students who do this at least 3 times a week, they're very used to the picture models that are used in this, and I love it. I don't actually know what the cost is because my district pays for it for me, but it's another really good thing to look into if you're looking for ways to use current events with your students. I'm at the time where like I could go. I like could tackle some of this nonsense, but for the most part, everything else is cleaned up. That table's clean. I put all my stuff away over here. I'm starting System 44 groups with my students next week. We've kind of been doing like kind of guided reading, kind of System 44, kind of reading mastery. But next week, the regular ed classrooms are all starting guided reading. So they'll all come to me and we'll get into our groove with System 44. And it's a very like, it's like a phonics-based program, kind of. It also does like comprehension and reading, and I mean, it's great. So the students have a book like this. Every module has a smart lesson that goes with it, and that goes with the computer software that they use at a different time of the day. So like it's segmenting words, it's talking about sounds, it's talking about verbs, like word families, like roots, suffixes, prefixes, like literally everything that you would do in like a normal classroom is like all combined into this super great program. Now it is super expensive. I think it's like $600 per student, but my district loves the program and they pay for it for our special education students. So tomorrow I'm like officially, not tomorrow, Tuesday or Monday, depending on how it goes. We are officially implementing the program, and I'll actually be following it to like Fidelity now when everybody joins us. Because it's hard to do a program to Fidelity when not all of your students are coming at the same time for it. So this coming week, it should work out. Should.